Well, hello, ADED. Today we're going to take a look at your profile. We want to make sure that you take your profile, make sure it is complete as possible. The search function that we have, it's an ADED benefit. You're listed on the ADED website, and all the information there also gets picked up by Google. So when clients are trying to find a provider in their area, they can go to the ADED website, they can start typing stuff into Google, and we want you to be able to be found. So we're going to go over all the settings and all the check boxes to make sure that you have the most robust profile so that it works for you. ADED search function is on the ADED homepage. So a potential client would come here. They would say find a provider and then member search. I'm just going to show you what it looks like. This page has lots of different search options to narrow your search criteria. You can search for a CDRS, someone with their DRP credential. This search here, it's for all ADED members. And when somebody calls the ADED office, and we get calls every single day, we help narrow down who they're looking for. So we will type in their state, and then we'll bring up the whole list, and we'll have a conversation with them trying to figure out the best possible fit for that specific client. You can scroll on down here, you can search for mobility equipment dealers, and you can even search by badge. If you have a special badge, that will be a searchable criteria. So I'm going to scroll back up here, and we're just going to practice on one of these, the general search. The first thing to do is drop in the state in the location field. This is going to give you the widest possible search. You can narrow it down. We'll talk about that later, actually, when we're within your profile, and make sure that the settings you have are correct to make sure that you pop up in that search. So the search pops up with a map, and you can zero in and zoom in and find their city here on the map and keep zooming in, and then find the provider that would be closest to them, and it'll pop up with their contact information. So these little icons that pop up, those little people will pop up the names, and you can click on this and it'll bring up the profile of the individual person. And this is how it looks when a potential client is surfing the web and clicking on the search function. So in this instance, Brittany doesn't have a profile picture. We're going to fix that. We're going to show you how to make sure that your profile picture is up and current. So let's go back to the search function and start it again. Here you can see some people have profile pictures and some people have the generic image instead. So we want to make sure your profile looks as good as possible. So let's head on back to the ADED website. So to get back to the ADED main page, click the ADED logo in the upper left-hand corner, and this will always bring you back to the front end of the ADED website. Now we want to make sure that we're signed in so we can access everything, and I'm going to log back in as one of my test accounts so we have some live data to look at. Here we are back at the profile area, and this is the feed where you can see the social side and ask questions. We're going to head over here to the profile area. Click on profile. First thing you're going to see is you're going to see your large picture over here in the corner. If you don't have a photo uploaded, this is where you do it. Hover on the picture and you'll see the edit button pop up. Drop in a great corporate headshot. If you're too shy to take a picture, put in a copy of your logo. Put in a picture of your evaluation vehicle, or maybe the front entrance of the hospital. Something so you don't have that generic profile picture that everyone else has. Just makes you a little bit more approachable and pop up in the or not pop up in the search, but display a little bit better in the search. So let's click on the About tab. The first thing we see when we get to the About tab is our % complete. And this kind of gives you a guideline to how much of your profile is filled in fully. So let's click the Edit button and go down all the different things in our profile. I'm going to scroll up to the top, and the top is your account information, your password if you want to reset that, your username and your email, all that back-end stuff. You'll scroll down a little bit further and it'll bring up your personal information, and by default all your personal information is locked. Only the professional information is visible on the front end of the ADED website. So if you happen to work out of your house, not a problem. We can actually lock that information in your professional side. So I'm going to keep scrolling down a little bit until we get to the professional information. This is what you want to make sure is 100% complete. You want to have your company website. You want to make sure you got the fax phone number, the regular phone numbers. If you do work out of the house and you don't want to be stalked by any of your former clients, make sure that you have this little button right here locked to members only or completely private. Just a little extra safety. If you work out of a hospital and you got the hospital address, make it as easy for your clients to find you as possible. The address that you list here will correspond to that little person pin that shows up on the map. So if you have a great public place, make sure that you put this first address line in. If not, at least make sure that your city is listed so that pin will be really, really close to where you practice. I'm scrolling down a little bit further. Facility. Are you a private practice? Are you a hospital? Make sure that this is checked because all these are searchable functions and all these populate in the searches. What kind of program do you offer? Basic, low-tech, high-tech? Are you a mobility equipment dealer? Or are you one of the manufacturers? Check this box because these are searchable. That next option on the front end of the search under location was types of programs offered. So if somebody knows that they're looking for a high-tech program, they can select that as one of their search options. If you had selected this in your profile, you would pop up. Program services offered. Make sure you'll scroll down this list. It's a large encompassing list. Do you have bioptics? Do you have simulators? Of all the things that you do. If you're retired, I lied. Retired is up in this top box. But when we get calls up here at the office, we see this information that's in your profile, and we help guide your potential client to the right person. So if you're retired and that's checked, we're not going to send people there. Our next box down here are the ADED best practice and the ADED code of ethics. You have to check the box that you understand that you are aware of them and what they're about. And I'm going to show you where they live. Let's click back over here. I'm going to click New Tab and get back to the front end of the ADED website. They live on the e-learning side of life. I'm going to click on the e-learning login. We have a resource folder. And right here, ADED resources. I'm going to click on this book and it's going to bring up right here, ADED guiding documents, 6 components. And here you're going to find the code of ethics. Here you're going to find there we go, click on the right little line, it shows up better. Your code of ethics, your best practices, your vocational rehabilitation documents, all those types of things live here, and that's what it's referring to. So let's go back to our profile side. You have a selection down here where you want your mail sent to. We send out our quarterly newsletter. That goes out 4 times a year. We also send out, promotional material. You want to get the actual flyer for our upcoming conference. Make sure that you check which box is best to get your mail at. If you know it's going to get lost at the hospital, check your home box. Make sure that you're getting the ADED mailings. These next 3 boxes are fantastic. This lets you put in text that you produce, that you want to add about yourself. Down here, more information. This is where you can list things that are going to help answer clients' questions before they even know that they have that question. Here you can list the type of vehicle you use. You can list, where in your building is the elevator. You can list the north side of the building has a handicapped entrance. All that extra information that you want your clients to know, fill it in here. I've been in business for 32 years. Absolutely. Put that information here. You can list your education and experience, your social organizations. Just have information in here so that you seem more personable, more relatable, and help the client pick you. The more information that you have here, the better clients are going to be able to make decisions on who to go to. Let's check out how some of these things work. I had a tab open here. I'm going to go ahead and pull up Google, and we will see how Google works and uses this information. Let's just click on Google. I'm going to search driver rehabilitation in, let's say, Tampa, Florida. So if I was looking for a provider in Tampa, Florida, and this is what I typed straight into Google, 1, 2, 3, the 4th search option down comes up with an ADED member. If we click on this ADED member, it's going to take you right to their profile. All those things we were just talking about are going to populate. I click on the About tab, and look at this. I find out everything about this ADED member Remember those 3 special boxes where you can type your own text? I've got education, I've got social clubs, I've got more information, and look at this, we're listing additional locations. So all that information that you want your clients to know, look at that. Google found an ADED member without even being on the ADED website because of information that was plugged into the ADED profile. Let's go do that again. Here we are back at Google. So if I type in driver rehabilitation and I type in bioptics in Colorado, let's see what pops up here. Look at this, 1, 2, 3. Third option down is an ADED member. Guess what? They filled in bioptics in their profile. You want to be found. You want to have a good, robust business. Make sure your profile is good and robust. Your profile is an ADED benefit. Make sure you take full advantage of it. The more information you plug in, the easier it's going to be to get a match with a potential client. Information for us here at the office when we're talking to potential clients. If you guys need anything related to your profile, shoot us an email, info@aded.net, or give us a call, 866-672-9466. Thanks. You guys have a great day, and let us know if you need any help. Thanks.